We're IT students,
We're hackers,
and we want to improve the world.
Hackers are people who gain access to computers. But these hackers work on the right side of the law. They're bounty hunters, meaning they search for bugs and security vulnerabilities in databases and software. For every bug they find, companies pay them a fee.
The most lucrative companies for bug bounty hunters are Facebook, Google, and Twitter.
And maybe PayPal. You always have to balance the time you put into the search with the likely payout. When it comes to Google, for example, the chances of finding a bug are pretty small. But if you do find one, you're likely to get more money than elsewhere.
They've each netted about 30,000 euros so far. Not bad for university students. But money isn't the only reward.
We're mainly motivated by the adrenaline rush we get when we find something big. Some people do extreme sports, others are hackers.
30 years ago, Markus Schmal was a hacker.
Cybersecurity is a huge issue. Companies that ignore it lose millions.
Today, he's responsible for cybersecurity at Deutsche Telekom. 3 years ago, he started working with bug bounty hunters. He's already received 1,500 tips, including some security gaps, which he quickly had fixed. That's helped him protect Telekom from criminal hackers, who might try to scam the company webshop or gain unauthorized access to customer data.
We face the problem head-on. No matter how good your processes are, there's no such thing as 100% security. Online systems are always an attractive target for hackers. But every bug report helps me reduce our vulnerability to attack.
Tim and Sebastian are students at Paderborn. Their biggest coup so far involved PayPal. They found a vulnerability in the company's source code that opened the door to cybercriminals. They received 15,000 euros for that bug report, enough for a round-the-world trip. These days, they're focusing on industrial control systems.
This kind of bug hunting is about more than just zeros and ones in computer systems and databases. It's about real-world effects. If hackers disabled a pump system or took control of a lighting system, for example, in a smart home, the real-world impact could be huge. It could be much more devastating in its impact than customer data breach.
For Markus Schmal, bounty hunters are just one tool in his toolkit. Deutsche Telekom also offers security software to customers. But cybercriminals are constantly looking for new ways to stage their attacks. That's why Schmal also employs traps called honeypots.
We'll set up an online server or web portal that appears vulnerable to attack and place that into search engines. Then we sit back and wait for an outside attack from someone who's trying to find a vulnerability. That way we discover who's trying to attack us and how they're staging their attack.
Hackers who work as bounty hunters for companies have to follow certain rules. For example, they can't publicize a vulnerability until it's fixed. Otherwise, they don't get paid. That's also what distinguishes good hackers from the criminals.
These days, hackers and security experts always worry that when they report a security gap, the company might turn around and file criminal charges or something like that. Here in Germany, for example, it's illegal to breach a security system.
In our increasingly digital economy, cybersecurity is big business. For Tim and Sebastian, bug bounty hunting is a nice sideline, even if they don't plan to make a career of it.